there is the question of security that has been associated with the region for a very long time. With the president's presence, many would say that has changed how people viewed the region for a very long time. But what are the plans and the development on matters to do with security in the region that would say, I'm going to come do business here because things are changing? Are we seeing investments in the same as well?
It might interest you that Wajir was, as per government record, the safest county in Kenya in 2025.
Yep.
And so because of the recorded number of cases reported. And Wajir is one of the safest counties. It is, and it does. This issue of security and insecurity are social constructs. Largely, as I said, the structural bottlenecks that are in place during the colonial era and after the post-independence structures that were put in place. As I mentioned, the Indemnity Act that was in place up until the new constitution was promulgated, and the viewing of the North from lenses of security and scarcity. These were structural bottlenecks that were put in place to ensure that this area was excluded. So security per se is a construct in the minds of the people. So I will invite the media as well to move away from that and wake up and smell the coffee. It's a new dawn, a new beginning for the area. I know it is quite tricky quite not in place to teach new tricks to all, to teach new tricks. But I will invite you to have this mental shift in place and put your ducks in a row and set yourself for the new dawn.
And that's why DJ started by saying that the first public relations officers for the counties are the county governments and the leadership of the region. With all these social constructs that have been there for a very long time, then what are the leaders from the region, the county governments, doing to change that perception? Because in any business, perception and optics live and exists. And
this
that then would call on the county, the leadership of the region, to sell the counties and the regions differently and show that.
And as I say, that was my beginning statement, matters construct. This media construct need to be dispelled, But one thing is for sure, as I said, these are some of the safest areas in Kenya. As I said, Wajir was the safest yesterday, it was the safest today, and it will be the safest tomorrow. And I credit this to Governor Ahmed Abdullahi for requesting from the president to have one of the state functions, especially one of the national days, to be held in Wajir County. And equally credit and thank the president for accepting the same. We now have a state lodge in Wajir where any president that comes can spend. And the president spent in Wajir 2 nights in a row before he moved away and just moved to other parts of the country. And these social constructs will be in place for some time because they have been entrenched for more than a century. But I invite the media equally to know that it's not just enough to follow what previous policies that were in place and to follow them, no. And this is why we have and requested the president to come and have the Madaraka Day in Wajir County. That itself, the very holding of the function in Wajir town, dispelled many rumors and discredited many of the arguments that are in place. That the place is insecure. There are no people in Wajir or in the north. You could see the stadium being full to the brim. People had to sit in the pitch, the football pitch, and to a capacity of 10,000 had moved to 30,000 people. So this itself, this is what the leadership is saying. It is a request that came from the governor, Ahmed Abdullahi, governor of Wajir, to the president, requesting him to hold the function of Madaraka, not just Madaraka, but it was one of the national days, and the president who proposed it should be Madaraka. And that very holding of these functions dispels many rumors. This is one of the things, one of the steps the government, the leadership of the North is doing to dispel all those old narratives that are in place in terms of insecurity. And we are putting in place measures to ensure that these constructs are no more in place, especially if you have the power to improve the 24-hour economy in Wajir County. We have last few days, last few weeks, last few months, in Wajir particularly, and in the run-up to the Madaraka Day, put in place street lights in Wajir town. Every corner of Wajir now is lit at night. This improves 24-hour economy. This improves safety and security of everybody. It might interest you that those who do business in Wajir town at night, the nightlife, are non-locals largely. People from Kambani, from Meru, many other parts of the country that have their shops open until the wee hours of the morning or until the very next day, to ensure that the business is run for 24 hours. So some of these are some of the things we are doing. Inviting the national government, holidays and events to be held in our counties. We help the national government structures as well, the police and every other national security infrastructure to have some of these police stations in far-flung corners of the county. It's not within our mandate, but when they request, we help them. We built some police stations here and there in Wajir County, and far-flung corners especially, to not just for security purposes, but also to tame and trade in drugs and many other things that have their passage through part of Wajir and many parts of through Isiolo and all the way to Nairobi. So we help and collaboratively work with the national security agencies and national government offices to make sure that our towns and settlements are all safe. But largely speaking, insecurity in the north is a construct. It's a social construct.
So it doesn't exist, really?
It doesn't exist. Not more than it exists in Nairobi, it exists in Kisumu.
Okay.
How insecure is Nairobi at night relative to, say, Wajir? You could move in Wajir town from one day to the other, Wajir town, midnight, 2 a.m. But could you do the same in Nairobi? So when Wajir is credited for being the safest county, it just doesn't come. It's not me doing it. It's not the county government doing it. It's the national offices that do comparative relations and decide it is this or that depending on the number of cases reported.
Okay.
Yeah. So this construct will be, it's long held. They are not there, but with time they will fade off.